Now, this is described in Bhagavata Purana. So one of the 18 Puranas. Now, the coming out of the mother's womb is called birth, and the soul leaving the body is called death. Now, okay, so we see around, everybody seems to be having different kinds of body. What kind of a body does a person get? According to the good and bad deeds of previous lives and the desires of the living entity, a living entity gets a particular body. Now, we'll speak more about this karma later. Okay. Needs and wants of the body. This is a very important topic. Now, this gross body is born, then it grows, then it creates byproducts, then it lasts for some time, then it decays, and finally disappears. So, these are 6 changes that take place in this temporary body. Body is not permanent. Ultimately, it becomes dust or ashes. Yet, we are behind this temporary body, isn't it? The whole world is behind this temporary body. In a previous video, we already gave this example of a bird in the cage, if you remember. Right? There's a beautiful bird in the cage, and the servants who were asked to take care of the cage, they just took care of the cage and the bird died. So, this body is compared to this cage and the bird to the soul. So, we are not really bothered about the soul. Generally, people are not bothered about the soul. They are worried about the body. And day and night, we are working hard to keep this temporary body in good condition. Now, from morning to night, what are all the activities that we engage in? Say, brushing our teeth, bathing, dressing, combing our hair, cooking, going to work, eating food, etc., etc., etc. Now, all these activities are related to the gross body. Now, so these are, now in relation to the body, there are some needs and then there are some wants. Now, clothes, food, etc. These are the basic necessities of the body, which means that if without these, without food, for example, the body will cease to exist, right? And in a cultured environment, we have to wear clothes. So, these are just basic necessities of the body. But we are not actually satisfied with just fulfilling our needs, are we? We chase after desires. A few years ago, there was a Pepsi advertisement in Hindi, and it was saying, the tagline was, "Ye dil mange more," means my heart wants more. So, we work tirelessly to get more. But no matter how hard we work over time, just as clothes wear out, our bodies decay. So, that's about needs and wants. Now, we'll look at what is body and suffering. Now, the scriptures describe this body as a Vyadhi Mandira. Vyadhi means disease. Mandira means place of worship. For example, a Krishna Mandira is a place where Krishna is worshipped. So, similarly, Vyadhi Mandira is a place where disease is worshipped. So, that means we experience the results of our karma as physical and mental ailments. So, the body is the source of suffering. Right? So, this is about the gross body, some aspects. Now, briefly about the subtle body. Now, the subtle body consists of 3 things, like you said, man, buddhi, ahankar, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Now, first we'll understand what is this ego. Ego means identity. Identity, for individual's identity. Now, there are 2 types of egos. There is a real ego and there is a false ego. Now, real ego means our real identity. What is our real identity? That I am a soul. That we already discussed, we are parts and parcels of Krishna. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Krishna says. And really, we are servants of Krishna. That's our complete identity. That's our real identity. What's false identity? What is false ego? Thinking that the body is me. This is not our real identity. This is a temporary identity that we have in this life. So, in this life, we have a body, and then there's an associated name, then there are parents, relatives, house, work, city, etc., etc. All temporary. And this temporary identity is lost when we die, and we get another temporary identity in the next life. So, this is called false ego. The second is intelligence. Now, we are aware of intelligence. Now, intelligence generally functions on knowledge we acquired, right? And based on the knowledge, intelligence gives us discretion of right and wrong. But this discretion is purely dependent on the knowledge we got. So, if you have got only mundane knowledge, which means knowledge concerning this material world, then we will have only mundane discretion. But if we have spiritual knowledge, then our intelligence is more advanced and it can factor both mundane and spiritual knowledge in developing a view about this life and decisions. So, it's very, very important that a human being develops both mundane and spiritual knowledge. Mundane knowledge is required just to keep our body and soul together. But most important is the spiritual knowledge. And the third part of this, of the subtle body, which is the mind, is going to be discussed in greater detail in later videos. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.